Hi, and welcome back. I hope everybody's doing good out there. I'd like to welcome all the old delinquents, as well as all the new. My name's Sarge, and this is what ignorance looks like in America.
The dominant narrative in America is white people are evil, white people suck, we should be ashamed of ourselves.
Yeah.
And
I don't think we should be ashamed of ourselves. I think that we should take responsibility for the system that we've created.
The best system in the world?
Oh, we do not have the best system in the world.
Who has a better system?
There are many European countries that are much better off than us.
You mean like the European countries with a higher density of whites?
Oh.
Like Northern Europe?
Ooh.
That's one way to phrase it, I guess.
Yeah.
You don't mean Turkey?
Nope.
No.
You don't mean Eastern Europe?
No.
With the communists?
Nope.
So the only time you can come up with a system that's better than America, it's a country that's more white than America. I don't understand.
I don't know what to say to that. So.
Sit down, bitch! And that's what happens when you put ignorance in its place, you brainwashed motherfuckers. Now, let me be clear on this. I am not saying that white people make everything better and that people are blind. All I'm saying is that everybody believes in America that white people are racist and evil and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But we elected Obama in 2008 and we re-elected him in 2012. And then 2016 comes around, Trump's elected, and all of a sudden everybody's fucking racist again, and white people are evil and white people are bad. This just proves the point of what I'm saying. It has nothing to do with race, religion, gender, or sexual preference, okay? There are other countries out there that have higher densities that everybody looks up to, and the majority of those densities are fucking white people, and we have a higher population of black and brown and Hispanic people. Does that make us worse off? No, that makes us the fucking melting pot. Stop fucking comparing us to fucking European nations or any nation that has a higher density of white people, because it makes you guys look like fucking morons when you throw it out there. It makes you guys look subconsciously fucking racist. Well, these governments are better. Sweden and Norway and Germany and France. White, higher density of white people. Those countries. We have higher densities of, multicultural people, because this is a melting pot. This is where we came from. Our Constitution claims it in the motherfucking thing. We, the people of the United States. We, the people. We knew where we were going at the beginning of this thing. The founders of our nation knew that there was bigotry and sexism and racism. They didn't say, we, the white people of the United States. They knew that they were ahead of their fucking time when they wrote this fucking Constitution. Oh my God, you're saying they could tell the future? No, they knew the future was going to fucking change. They knew that everybody was going to be fucking equal. They knew that man, woman, race, religion, gender, sexual preference doesn't make a fucking difference. At the end all be all, we are all the fucking same. You guys are taking the hatred and the bigotry from previous generations of the 1800s, the 1700s, the fucking 1600s, the English European mindset with the higher density of whites and bigotry, and you guys are making the American people those people. We are not those people. We have fucking gradually increased ourselves since then. We broke away from the English way of thinking, the European way of thinking. We became the fucking melting pot. We wrote the Constitution knowing that we were not going to be a majority of white people. The world, in a million fucking years, if it still exists, there's not going to be one race anymore. We're all going to be mixed. Because black pussy and fucking Mexican pussy and white dick and fucking European dicks and all the dicks will be dipping in everybody else's Kool-Aid, and that's just how the fuck it's going to be. Okay? We knew that when we wrote the Constitution. The American people, as a whole, with the density that we have of different populations and races, knew then that we would be the people. We, the people. Not we, the men. Not me. Not we, the male white people. Okay? Millennials, stop putting the shit of the past on the people of today. We are not the same fucking people. And the founders of the Constitution knew this when they wrote this back in the 1700s. Is the gray area.
Humans are such
I pledge
easy.
allegiance
This isn't funny
to the
anymore.
flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. biscuits. Ladies and gentlemen, let me start off with my... What in the actual fuck topic of the week? It's almost like everybody on the planet wants Trump to fail, but yet everybody is copying exactly what Trump fucking does. It's hard not to be fucking political, okay? When everything is ran by politics and the fucking coronavirus, and states are shutting shit down, and mayors are shutting cities down, how else am I supposed to correlate what I talk about in society, because this is a society-based fucking podcast. Sociological. That's the word I was looking for, motherfucker. Anyway, yeah, so this is a sociological podcast. How am I supposed to emphasize how we are in society when everyone is fucking locked the fuck up? And there's two sides to everything. But Trump's doing everything wrong. But everyone's saying he's not. If you're looking at the governors, and you're looking at the Democrats, and you're looking at the Republicans, Trump's doing everything fucking right. States asked for this. Trump was like, "You don't need that many. Do you really need that many? I don't think you need that many. Trust me. I know. I've been in problems before, and major problems, and I just know what I'm talking about. People are overshooting. We need 30,000. Blah blah blah." And then Trump's like, "No, you don't. The ventilators were fine. Everybody got the shit that they needed. Everyone is putting the fucking left stream." Leftist media is like, "Oh, Trump, you're to blame for all the deaths and all the fucking blah blah blah. This is all your fault." Listen, we wanted to slow the curve, okay? If you look at a bell curve, if you even know what a fucking bell curve is, it looks like a bell. Do you know what a bell looks like? It's low and then it slopes up and it arches over and it goes and it looks like the other side on the other side. It's a bell. Anyway, we wanted to slow the curve. The whole idea was to slow the curve. The rate of infections are going to be the same no matter what. Over time, either it's going to happen really quick and really hard and overwhelm our healthcare industry, where there's not enough beds, not enough ventilators, and people are going to die higher, or it's going to be spread out over time. Same amount of people are going to get infected, same amount of people are going to die. It's just spread out over time so as to not overwhelm the healthcare industry. These are two ways of thinking, right? We could be like Sweden and be like, everybody just go outside and fucking make out, everybody suck each other's dicks and finger blast each other and then lick your fingers or whatever. And then you just fucking, get a herd immunity. Or you could do it our way, which is because we have a higher population, we didn't want to overwhelm the healthcare industry. So slow the fuck down. Isolate, quarantine, social distancing. That is key. And the people that are not doing that, all of a sudden that's Trump's fault. The people that are going on spring breaks and going out and not wearing masks and not social distancing, maybe how is Trump responsible for that? Huh? The people that are not following the procedural limitations of society. Do this, do this, do this, do this, we're going to be fine. People are like, "Fuck you, this is my house, this is my freedom, you can't tell me how to live." And I understand the whole thought process of, you can't tell me how to live my life. I'm granted these rights by the Constitution, blah, 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 blah. I mean, technically, I understand businesses because that's a public thing, but personally, you can do whatever the fuck you want as a person. Unless you have a business, I understand that, because then it's a risk reward sort of thing, and if you're a business, then why would you be able to be open if everybody else isn't be open? But like seriously, why is Walmart, Target, and all the big businesses open, but the mom and pop shops aren't essential enough? Doesn't that fucking irk you just a little bit? I'm going off on a tangent. Anyway, everyone's like looking for Trump to fail 100%. This is all his fucking fault. It couldn't have been changed. We just slowed it down. The end outcome, whether it's now or a year from now, is still going to be the same. Same amount of infected, same amount of dead. We were just trying to slow it down so as to not overwhelm hospitals and doctors' offices and shit. We made makeshift fucking hospitals all over the place. We made extra beds. We brought in a fucking Navy fucking Red Cross ship to New York. Wasn't needed. The extra hospitals that was built in McCormick Place in fucking Chicago, not needed. All these extra beds that we thought it was going to be fucking horrible. All the models were like up to 2 fucking million people dead. We slowed it down. Good. We did our jobs. Thank fucking God. See, all these people that make models, you know, oh, this is the model, this is the projections, this is what the polls are saying. Fuck those people, okay? They're like meteorologists of science, all right? Aren't meteorologists science? They're just weather. Yeah, okay, whatever. I am not a professor of whatever common sense. I should be, but anyway. Okay, these people that make these models, if they project it to be worse than it ends up being, that's a hidden variable. That's allowed. That's, you know, the risk of fucking the hypothesis, whatever. If you overproject it to be worse than it ends up being, well, good for you. We thought it was going to be this bad, but it wasn't as bad, so you did your job. However, if you undershoot it, you're fucking fired. If you be like, you know what? I only think it's going to be like 50,000 people that die, and then fucking 250,000 people die, you're going to be fucking fired. You know what the difference is between the guy that does the first model and the guy that does the second model? The guy that does the first model doesn't want to get fucking fired, so he adds fucking numbers. They make shit up. Like Washington University, where they were like, 2 million fucking people are going to die from this thing. And then we did the quarantine, social distance, you know, travel ban shit. All, you know, Trump's idea. And all of a sudden it was like, oh, it's not going to be that bad. It's not going to be that bad. But, you know, people still got sick. People still got infected. And that's all Trump's fault. You brainwashed motherfuckers. Don't listen to fucking MSNBC and CNN. I watch that shit. I watch it because I'm not going to be the biased motherfucker that sits on the sidelines like, you know what, Fox News said this, and then Fox News said this, and Tucker Carlson was like, man, this is what it is, and man, I'm just telling you, Fox and Friends, they know what they're... I watch CNN. I watch all of it. Jim Acosta's dumbass, Rachel Maddow's dumbass, Chris Matthews, the only one who fucking had a brain in his goddamn head, got fired because he was like, Bernie Sanders is a fucking dolt. Is this really the guy that we might go with? And then he, you know, spoke his opinion. And he got fired because it wasn't the, you know, agenda of whatever fucking media outlet he was going for. There are people out there in their pink fucking pussy feminist fucking hats, you know, snowflake melting ass things be like, he said this in 2005 and he, you know, shouldn't, you know, be, you know, the president of the United States. He wasn't fucking running to be president based on character, okay? You don't want him to be president based on character alone. And as a character, he's a fucking character. He's a pop culture phenom, reality TV star, fucking billionaire. As a businessman, he's fucking solid and he's clutch. Our economy was awesome. Our unemployment was fucking great. The best it's been in 50 years. Corona hit and all of a sudden everything is Trump's fault. The economy broke down. People are unemployment. People are dying. He didn't fucking cook up the coronavirus in his fucking basement. Do you think Trump is even possibly capable of doing this shit when everyone on the fucking planet is looking for a reason to throw Trump under the bus, whether it's the Mueller investigation, the fucking Flynn investigation, the Russian collusion investigation, the fucking impeachment trial, all of which have fucking failed. But didn't he get impeached? Yeah, but it wasn't agreed within the Senate, so he's not really impeached. He's half impeached, whatever the fuck that is, okay? Trust me. They've been looking for a reason to get rid of Trump since he was fucking elected in 2015 in November. And if he was behind Rona at all, he'd be fucking gone. He doesn't have the brain power to cook up viruses in his fucking basement in the White House, you dumb fucking dolts. Wanting Trump to fail is like wanting the pilot to crash the plane we're all fucking riding in. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? The plane is America. We are all the fucking passengers, and Trump is the goddamn pilot. Why would you be like, man, I hope he fucking crashes us? Why? So we all could fucking die in a fiery death? That's not what I want. Democratic governor said, fucking good job. You know, promises made, promises fucking kept. That was the governor of fucking California, and I hate California. He's the most Democratic piece of shit, blue state thing on the planet. And he was like, you know what? We asked for what we wanted and we got what we wanted. And now they're still going to fucking attack Trump. How about you fucking deal with the shit and feces and drug needles in your state? Can you do that? The fucking... I don't know what government is. It's got to be California. They're giving the homeless marijuana to just calm them down. I guess their anxiety is too much. Here's some free marijuana to the homeless. You just smoke this, you relax. What the fuck's in there? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know. Everybody asked for ventilators. They got the fucking ventilators they needed. Nobody was like, we're out of ventilators. We need ventilators. Blah, blah, blah. We could have, right now we're looking at 100,000 deaths at the end of 1 year with this coronavirus thing, based on the models, and we know how good those could be. So, with social distancing and the quarantining and the precautions that we have taken as a society, we are looking at 100,000 deaths in the first year. If we didn't do any of this, if we didn't slow the curve down, socialize, if we just like, let's try to do a Sweden thing, everybody just meet up in the fucking streets and just lick each other's backs, we would be looking at, over 1 million deaths. Okay? So when you look at the fucking numbers, idiots, 1 million versus 100,000. Okay. Well, there you go. You're saying 900,000 people are going to probably live because of the restrictions that we put on society. And good job on that. Still, 100,000 people dying in a year is fucking horrible. And you know what's going to happen? I fucking guarantee it. Joe Biden is going to attack Trump like this is all his fucking fault. He's gonna go at the coronavirus, and he's gonna bring up the response to the coronavirus. Granted, he's not gonna write his own speeches, okay? He's not gonna write his own fucking ads because the motherfucker doesn't know where his pants are, okay? And he's going to attack the economy, the unemployment, the coronavirus response. He's going to talk about how, welfare is up, and he's going to lose fucking horribly because everybody with common sense is going to know that this is not fucking Trump's fault. Look at where we were in January, and look where we are now. What is the main variable that changes everything under that in that time frame? The coronavirus. You take away the coronavirus, and we are best economy we've ever had. Unemployment is going to be as low as it's ever been. We striking trade deals with fucking China. We are oil sufficient in fucking oil, gas. We don't need fucking Middle Eastern oil and gas. We'll be fine. So then Corona hits. The fucking timing is fucking skeptic as shit. I'm not one for conspiracy theories, but I might bring this up a little bit later, but that's kind of fucking suspect to me. It was like, wow, Trump's doing fucking good. Release the coronavirus. Joe Biden's a fucking moron, all right? Not to mention, he's been lying since the fucking 80s. Here we go. This is from April 1989 or something while he was running in New Hampshire or some shit.
I went to law school on a full academic scholarship, the only one in my class that have a full academic scholarship. Went back to law school and in fact ended up in the top half of my class. I was the outstanding student in the political science department at the end of my year. I graduated with 3 degrees from undergraduate school and 165 credits, only needed 123 credits.
Biden now concedes he did not graduate in the top half of his law school class, that he does not have 3 degrees from college, and that he was not named outstanding political science student in college.
Newsweek says Biden actually went to school on a half scholarship, ended up near the bottom of his class, and won only 1 degree, not 3.
Joe Biden ranked 76th in a class of 85 at the University of Syracuse Law School. I mean, this guy comes off this whole thing as a flyweight.
Now Biden says Newsweek is right. His memory had failed him.
His memory was failing him in the 80s. So, wow. Democrats, listen up. Liberals, I fucking love you, okay? If it wasn't for you and the Republicans or independents or libertarians or liberalists or tyrants, we would not have the back and forth with the laws and the regulations of our country finding a proper middle. This motherfucker's your guy? This guy? Biden is your fucking guy? He was lying in the late 80s. 4 years, 3-4 years before he supposedly, fucking sexually assaulted a chick. He's like, oh, there's no way that fucking happened. He doesn't even remember what he did in college. Top half of his class? Hey, dumbass, divide fucking 75 by 86. That is way under 50%, you dumb motherfucker. He lies to make himself look better. So if he lies to get political gain in the late 80s, and this Tara Reid came out in the 90s, and his memory was failing him in the 80s, and he's saying nothing happened to him in the 90s, I'm just trying to put the math together here. Did you or did you not push this chick up against the wall and sexually violate her? Huh? We're supposed to put people to the same standard that you put people in, right, Joe? We're supposed to take the women's, benefit of the doubt. We're supposed to believe them because they're coming out and they're putting their livelihood and suspect in jeopardy, and, they're going to be judged by society, and they wouldn't do that unless there was, a reason to do it? Right. So if you're going to come under public scrutiny, and you're going to come under public scrutiny, why would you do that unless there was any, truthities to it? And that's exactly what you were talking about when Brett Kavanaugh was going to be a Supreme Court justice. And now all of a sudden, Brett Kavanaugh was a Republican, and everyone's like, nah, fuck that. Pelosi was against him. All the fucking Democrat women were against him. Oh, Me Too movement. And I believe Blessy Ford, or whatever the fuck her name was. And she ended up, having zero fucking proof. And this girl is more credible. This Tara Reid chick is more credible than Blessy Ford was. So why can't we hold this Tara Reid girl to the fucking same standard as, the Kavanaugh trial for the Supreme Court thing? They're like, oh, we have to do, for a Supreme Court justice, we have to do a lot of vetting. We have to, verify that everything's there. And then we found out that, he was fine, and, he's a Supreme Court. Biden is running for the president of the United States. He doesn't have to get vetted the same fucking way when you have a sexual assault thing, claim against him. He's an idiot. His memory gone. That was the 80s. That clip that you just heard was from the fucking 80s while he was running for Senate in New Hampshire. Now he's running for president over 30 years later, and he's an idiot. He's adult. He's a moron. He doesn't know where his fucking pants are, okay? I don't trust the guy. I don't fucking believe anything that comes out of his mouth. Now, maybe his memory slipped him. Maybe he did do these things. He just doesn't fucking remember. Why would you want that motherfucker in the office in the first fucking place? Trump is smart as a whip. He's unfiltered as fuck. His character is suspect, but is he, dementia-ridden or on the verge of having Alzheimer's? Absolutely the fuck not. Meanwhile, Biden is making deals with fucking gas companies and fucking Ukraine and shit for his son that knows fuck all about anything. He quite possibly finger blasted a fucking chick without her permission in the office. There was no whatever. It wasn't agreed to. That's going to be the next step. That's my kicker. It was like, oh, she agreed to it. She was fine with it. It was consensual or something. This is going to be bullshit. It's all going to be fucking bullshit, okay? Because he's a Democrat, it's fucking different. The media spins it differently, and this is fucking true, and everybody fucking knows it. Kavanaugh's a Supreme Court justice. He was fucking baptized by fire and thrown under the fucking coals, and there was zero credibility, whatever the fuck that chick said, okay? Trump says something on a bus on fucking Access Hollywood fucking 14 years before he's elected, or fucking 12 years before he's elected, about fucking grab her by the pussy, and that's all the fucking people remember. This was fucking over a decade before. Did he actually grab somebody by the pussy? No. He was fucking locker room talk. Boys will be boys. Whatever, okay? This shit is true. You can't fucking record somebody without their permission and then fucking just throw it out to the fucking world, okay? It's called credibility, all right? And the people that fucking released that knew what the fuck they were doing. Just leave his mic on. Let's just see what he says. And now, ever since that fucking moment, Trump has been fucking judged based on character because he said some shit to another guy while they were just fucking sharing a fucking cigar and maybe a glass of bourbon or some shit. Get fucking over it, people. Who gives a shit? It's not like he was on a hot mic while running for president and he was just like, yeah, just grab her by the pussy. Who gives a fuck? Seriously, who gives a fuck? He said that in like 2005. He was elected in 2016. Okay? It doesn't mean he actually did it. Any sexual fucking assault trial or anything that has come out of anything in Trump's way, he has completely fucking squashed. You guys are probably thinking there, oh, yeah, you probably bought him out. Well, maybe he did. And if he did buy them out, and he did shut them up, and it did actually happen, then your credibility and your fucking proof is worth a price. So your morals are fucking shit anyway, and you can't be fucking trusted. Whether or not Trump did any of the shit that these people fucking say he did, which has been up until now, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty. Even if there was any credibility to any of these fucking stories, these fucking chicks would fucking put their morals before a fucking check. Did they? No. Which means their story is fucking suspect. And I rest my fucking case. We all know how fucking Creepy Joe is. That's his fucking nickname. Even the Democrats fucking call him Creepy Joe. He's fucking smelling people, and he's fucking like, kissing babies and shit, but he's not like kissing babies like, Obama or Clinton or Bush or something. He's like, mwah, come here, little baby. Mwah. No, it's not like that. It's like, wow, you smell nice. That's fucking Joe Biden. Like, seriously, I don't know who's more confused. Fucking Joe Biden or Michelle Obama's gynecologist. Hey! Zing! Because we know she's got the balls in a relationship when it comes to the Obamas. Oh my God, I can't believe you're attacking Michelle Obama. Calm down. It was just a fucking joke. And that was my... What in the actual fuck topic of the week? Ladies and gentlemen, this podcast is brought to you by ballwash.com. When it comes to your sack, they got your back, and your balls, and your butt, and your face, and all the smell goods, without these fake parabens and fake colognes and fake bullshit, okay? Ball wash is legit. Charcoal, fucking activated, cleans and washes away all the grime and grossness on your skin, legitimately. It doesn't just cover it up with perfumes and colognes. And Good Head shampoo and conditioner is fucking amazing, and it smells great. It is a funny brand. Ball wash, really? Are you serious right now? Yes, it is a funny brand, but it is a serious product. And when you are done, there is Ball Guard. It goes on like a lotion, but it dries like a powder, leaving no residue. We all know during this quarantine our fucking thighs are getting a little bit bigger. We might be chafing a little bit. It's a chafe guard. It's a ball guard. There's fucking, solid colognes, of which smell fucking amazing. So go to ballwash.com, okay? For your man grooming cleanliness needs from head to toe, from front to back, from balls to butthole. They will take care of you. So when you go to ballwash.com and you fill up your carts, when you're checking out, use code DAGRAYAREA, DAGRAYAREA, and you will get 15% off all of your shampoo, conditioner, solid colognes, ball guard. And now introducing the Quickie Wipes. When you can't take a shower, the Quickie Wipe takes care of you. One side is for lathering up, the other side is for wiping away. Ball Wash got you covered. So go to ballwash.com, use code DAGRAYAREA, DAGRAYAREA, and you get to 15% off your order. And you are welcome, because I love you, and you love me. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm also part of FreakNet Studios, a conglomerate of 4 podcasts. Count it, 4. Yes, 4. Just Freaking Wrestling, This Freaking Show, The Gray Area, and introducing Pretty Little Freaks podcast hosted by the ladies. And they know exactly what they're talking about. They take your stories, your relationships, and they dissect it under a microscope of their trials and tribulations, and they let you know whether you are validated or you are a piece of shit. Now, they just like to take your stories and, give you their 2 cents on it. So if you go to Pretty Little Freaks Podcast at yahoo.com and you send them your relationship stories, chances are they will take your relationships and they will talk about it on their podcast. So they're new and they are up and coming, so welcome them to FreakNet Studios. Tell your squad to follow our pods. Tell your squads to follow our pods. Okay? Got it? Got it? Like me on social media. The Gray Area Facebook page. The Gray Area #1 on Instagram and Twitter. You could go to thegrayarea.com if you want to contact me directly. You know what I mean? There we go. Moving forward. I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but beep, beep. It was the most homosexual beep on the planet. But whatever. I don't judge. I called this coronavirus shit a while ago. I was like, there's something fucking going on in China. Some guy ate a bat once upon a time, and we should be fucking worried. And here we are. Everything's closed the fuck down. I am not a Nostradamus of the podcast world, ladies and gentlemen. I am not. But I see things before they happen. No, that's not true. Because they happen, and I just notice them before everybody. I notice things before everybody else notices things. Why? Because I am perceptive. I pay attention to news that matters. And when the coronavirus was popping off, I was like, ooh. And then other things were happening. I was like, oh, why does the government want us to look over here when they're doing something over here? There's some shit going on that makes me very, very fucking curious as to what the hell is going on with this conspiracy theory fucking nonsense. It's like, is this coronavirus real? Obviously it's real, but is it blown out of proportion? I think it might be just a little bit. I don't know why. Like, at the height of this corona thing, the government was like, hey, release the UFO footage. Fuck it. Just, let's get their minds off of whatever the fuck. And we were like, okay, what, UFOs? What? UFOs? Yeah, UFOs. I love UFOs. Why is this not bigger news? If this was a year ago, we'd still be fucking talking about it. I mean, everything doesn't have as much fucking weight as it used to back in the day. If there was a news article from 1963 or whatever, now hear this, blah, blah, blah. Okay, JFK was fucking shot. Okay, that was fucking huge news, right? That carried weight for fucking years, all right? But if it was just like a normal news story like fucking Bay of Pigs or whatever, right? It's like, the Bay of Pigs, and it carried on and carried on and carried on for fucking months. Now, it's a legitimate news story, and we're like, I'll read the article and I'm over it. Nothing lasts over a week in the news anymore because we are so fucking impatient. We need, what's the next best thing? What's the next best thing? We need something else. Corona. Release the UFOs. Let them see the UFOs. Why is this not bigger news? It's actually proven that there's fucking UFOs. Oh, are you trying to say that there's fucking aliens? No, fucking dolphins got spaceships in Atlanta. Maybe. I don't know. Fuck it. And Atlantis. And now they're flying around the world and blah, blah, blah. And they're smarter than we think. No. Okay? All right? There's fucking aliens. UFOs are fucking UFOs. It's not space debris. It's not space debris when it's fucking just moving in awkward angles. Okay? Space debris stays on one path as it orbits based on gravity and pull, and it just sort of orbits. It doesn't do fucking changes and 180s and fucking speed changes. Okay? That's what I'm saying. UFOs fucking exist. It was just admitted. And the world is like, meh, this Rona. What about this Rona? This Rona's a big deal, huh? Fuck you guys. Seriously? This is huge. It usually would be fucking huge. But not with this fucking coronavirus thing. The government pretty much said aliens exist. And we're like, yeah, I guess. They release, what is it? The government releases classified documents every 60 years because the people that write it, chances are they're fucking dead and they can't vouch for it. That's my fucking personal thought. Be like, oh no, you know what? 60 years. We're just going to leave it in for 60 years. That's just the base time. Are you doing it because, the chances are of the people that actually knew about this during the time that it was released are dead? No, it's just, we just agreed on 60 years. Bullshit, motherfucker. Okay, if something happens in 60 years ago, and someone writes about it, chances are they're in their 20s, or at least their fucking 30s, and then it's fucking classified, and then you redact everything, and 60 years go by, chances are the motherfucker's dead as shit, so he cannot vouch for the story. That's why it's fucking 60 years. It's not a base fucking year date. Whatever. It's fucking stupid. Just fucking release everything. Who gives a fuck? This is a big deal to me, personally. Aliens. It's a huge thing. Everyone's like, ooh, alien movies, and Independence Day, and Predator, and fucking Batteries Not Included. You guys remember that shit? That was a fucking great movie. Anyway, why are we not talking about this? Why is this not a bigger thing? You know what I mean? everybody wants to get their fucking mind off of the fucking Rona, right? But it was like, yeah. Oh, aliens exist. The Rona. The Rona is a big deal. The Rona is still going to be top notch. The only thing that people fucking want to pay attention to is the fucking Rona. And it drives me absolutely fucking ape shit. Stephen Hawking, before he died, once upon a time, knew that we were like, hey, we're going to send messages to the moon in random pulses and just give them, mathematical equations and information about letting them know that there's other people out here and there's other, existences besides whatever, whatever. Just letting the world outside of the world in the universe or whatever universe know that there's other universes that have sentient life, that has an education or intellect or intelligence or whatever. I don't fucking know. I'm not a scientist. Anyway, Stephen Hawking was like, this is a horrible idea. Actually, it was more like, this is horrible. God, that's fucking horrible. This is a horrible idea because you're letting people know, not people, you're letting beings, other existences, other societies know that we are out here, and you're pretty much giving them coordinates to where we are, and if they receive these messages and interpolate these messages and they have the possibility to come out here and they come out here, chances are their technology is far more advanced than ours, and they're going to whoop our ass. Why would you be like, hey, we're over here, and let people that are way more technologically advanced possibly come over here and be like, yeah, we're here now too, and what's yours is mine. And it's called space bullying. And that's frowned upon, and this isn't okay. Oh, God. Yeah, I think it was a horrible idea. But too late. We already sent fucking some random message out there, and if it gets received and interpolated and people show up, then we're the fucking dumbasses. Watch. And Stephen Hawking knew it. He was like, this is a fucking horrible, horrible fucking idea. In regards to the moon, okay, do you motherfuckers honestly think that we haven't been back since like the late 60s? Really? You honestly think we haven't? I don't think humanity is ready to understand that. I think separate entities, private contractors, so to speak, have been back to the moon. That is my bet, all right? I think we've been back. Mankind is way too fucking selfish to be like, we won't go back for a while. There are private interest groups out there that have been to the moon. They've been back to the moon. They might be colonizing the moon as we speak, and they're planting their fucking flag, be like, I was here first. This land is mine. Yeah, that's another thing I wanted to talk about. There's no fucking way that we have not been back to the moon since 1960-something. 7, 8, 9, one of those years. Anyway, there's someone talked to Buzz Aldrin before the 60 years is fucking up. And the government releases it because Buzz Aldrin would fucking know. Astronauts would know. Why do we put so much emphasis on the fucking International Space Station that we work with China and the Russians, and we're building it up, and we're building it up, and we're building it up? It might be just a fucking pit stop on the way to the moon. If we could figure out how to get to the moon in the 60s, we could fucking figure out how to get back to the moon since then. Look at the technological advances since the late 60s. Okay, just look at phones in general in the last 10 years. We could get back to the fucking moon. We have been back to the fucking moon. Something is going on the moon. Can we please look at the moon? We need to look at the fucking moon, all right? I'd like to see... Why don't we see satellite pictures of fucking Pluto, Uranus, Jupiter, Saturn. Oh, look at this other universe fucking 100 million thousand fucking light years away. It might have other Earth-like planet there. The moon is right the fuck here, and I've only seen one side of it? Yeah. Go fuck yourselves. I'm not going to be... The government's always like, hey, look over here while we do something over here. And it happens all the time. No one pays attention to fucking moon, right? No one paid attention to the UFO things. And they're like, no one's paying attention to the UFOs. No one believes in these fucking aliens. So let's just be like, you know what? Release the murder hornets. Release the murder hornets. Bitch, those hornets, those Asian hornets have been here since 2012. Okay, it's been documented that they've been here since like 2012. You're just putting fucking random news out there to spike fucking people's interests. Be like, look over here. Look at the shiny light while we work in the darkness over here, such as the dark side of the moon. Whatever. We have and oh my god, they're going to decimate the bee population. We have things here that will fuck up murder hornets all day long. Okay? The Japanese bee population, for instance, figured out that if you were, let's say their hive was to be attacked by a murder hornet or whatever the actual name of these things are, these bees cocoon this hornet, like ball up, and they vibrate quickly. And the temperature that they could reach is over 115 degrees, which is the tolerance of these murder hornets. And these individual bees they have a tolerance of 118 degrees. So they get and they ball up this thing and they put the hornet in the middle of the ball, and all these fucking bees just vibrate, making this fucking thing an oven, and they pretty much cook it at over 115 degrees, but not high enough to kill themselves, and this motherfucker is roasted. That's what happens in Japan. We got praying mantises here. We got fucking birds here. We got birds of prey here. We got fucking honeybees too. Good luck fucking getting there. Alright? Because I saw a praying mantis take out one of these murder hornets. We also have spiders. Big ass motherfucking spiders. Good luck, murder hornet, against these big ass fucking weird ass spiders that we have out here. Okay? I think the murder hornets are just like taking a path. They're like, let's try out America first. Let's see how we do in America, because I don't want to go to Australia. Because Australia would straight up fuck up a murder hornet. Seriously. Anyway, don't look at the murder hornets. Who gives a fuck about these things? Okay? Apparently, if you get stung by one of these things, it's going to suck. And it's going to be like putting two golf balls next to each other. And that's the goose egg that you're going to have on wherever you get stung by these things. If you get stung by a murder hornet, and you don't fucking hear it or see it land on you, you're, a dimwit, and chances are you should be stung anyway because you're just dumb to the world. Okay, and now, delinquents. This needs attention at ease. Now, I don't want to come off as conspiracy theory-ish, but I just told you that moon shit and that space talk just to gear you up for this part right here, which is the government making us look one way when shit is happening somewhere else? Seriously. It's almost like 2020 is not about Republicans versus Democrats, right? I think 2020 is more about, like, freedom versus tyranny. What the fuck are they doing, planning behind our backs while we're looking over here? What is going on in the darkness? I am not fucking kidding. You know what I mean? Because, like, I read this article, and you could take it with a grain of salt or whatever, because your news outlet would be me. And I mean, I go through a whole bunch of random submitted shit, and I'm like, okay, does that carry weight? Does that carry weight? And I pick and choose the things that I think carry weight and might have something. This, I think, may carry weight, all right? The president of Tanzania, John Magufuli, has outsmarted somebody. He allowed the coronavirus testing kits to be imported into his country. He instructed that they be checked by Tanzanian security officials. They tested non-human samples, including a goat, a pawpaw, which is a fruit if you've ever seen the fucking Jungle Book. The tests were given human names and ages as they were sent off for fucking results. And these things tested fucking positive. A fruit, a goat, and some random other shit that was not human was sent in by the Tanzanian president for lab results, and they came back as positive for coronavirus. President Magufuli said something is fucking happening. Now, what do you guys think with that?
Bueller. 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 Bueller.
Like fucking seriously. This is where the mindset of left versus right means fucking so much. Because the left is like, I trust the government. Let's give them all the responsibilities. They can control my whole fucking life. As long as they take care of me, I don't care what the government does. And then there's me, okay? An independent thinking Republican, okay? Where leans towards, conservative ideals where I'm like, I don't trust it. I need to verify it. I need to vouch for this. When you went to school and you had to write your stories, you couldn't actually think, this was what I thought. The teachers weren't like, oh my God, this story's so good. Where are your sources? No, I thought of this on my own. Really? I need you to prove that. I need you to prove that this was not a quote and blah, blah, blah. I need you to cite your sources. This is why media outlets, once upon a time, when things fucking mattered, had to get 2 credible sources before releasing fucking anything to the public. Now it's fucking hearsay, and it's like, no, now it's news. Fuck you guys, okay? I'm done listening to fucking random bullshit fucking stories that are not vouched for, okay? That are not vetted by fucking multiple news outlets or sources. Okay? I am taking things with a grain of salt because I know that things are being muted. Things are being censored. They'll be like, we cannot let this get out. Even though it's fucking true, we're not going to report it. I wouldn't be surprised if all the fucking news outlets in the fucking world were like, we need to be on the same page in regards to this. We cannot let society or culture of any of our cultures know this. Otherwise, it's going to get out there. And things do get out there. And then all of a sudden, they're taken off of TikTok and social media. And news outlets don't want to cover this, that, or the fucking other thing because it puts everything in a fucking bad light. And then we don't want the people to fucking question. The people are always going to fucking question. That's why the Second Amendment exists. Because we know you're up to some bullshit. You understand? We fucking figured it out. Like, this, for instance, right? For instance. Amazing how New York's COVID-19 death rate drops straight after the president sends feds to investigate the state of New York's health department's counting procedures and found that people were not dying from cancer, lung disease, lupus, hard childbirths, slip and falls, you name it, all right? Anyone who died was listed as a COVID-19 death for more taxpayer cash to Democrat opportunists. That's pretty fucked up in my decision. This is verified. We see this shit all the time. I told you about the UFO thing, the fucking murder hornets, the fucking moon, whatever. Look over here while we check what's going on over here. Or while how even states on their own are fucking lying to the government by themselves just to get more for their people. Are they trying to get it more for their people? Huh? President Cuomo, please God, don't ever let that fucking happen with that little fucking tongue slip. Governor Cuomo of New York is being ridiculed. No, not ridiculed. Raised up as a fucking mecca messiah of this is how you're supposed to proceed. His fucking approval rating is at like 80%. This is how it's supposed to be. He didn't stop the fucking subways until a week ago. Okay? The subways are getting a thorough cleaning for the first time in over 100 fucking years. Okay? Get the fuck out of here with, people are priceless. I don't don't play that fucking moral obligation shit as governor to me. You with your fucking fancy ass suit, you're sitting there. You want things to fucking open up. You're fucking full of shit. You didn't close the fucking subways till like a little over a week ago. And you've known about this shit. You've been doing, daily freaking updates and this is what's going to happen and this is what we need to look at. We're trying to plateau and slow down the curve. But the subways were open the whole time. This whole fucking cesspool. You're taking people with coronavirus and you're sending them back to old folks' home. Look at the fucking stats, all right? Look at any fucking country that's had this coronavirus thing. Any country. And then compare it to the United States. And then compare that to individual states. You know what the fucking one variable is? The main majority of deaths, the highest percentages of deaths due to corona happen in these retirement homes, these old folks' homes, these nursing homes. Because you put them in there and it just fucking permeates and spreads like, I don't know, a fucking virus? You dumb motherfuckers? Right? All right, so here's my plan when it comes to all this bullshit, all right? The government wants us to look this way, and we need to look the opposite way. You need to question everything to be like, this is the main story in the news. What am I not paying attention to? And when I say What am I not paying attention to? Don't go to Fox News. Don't go to CNN. Don't go to MSNBC, ABC, CBS. Pay attention to Twitter. Look at Twitter, which is, suspect. Look at TikTok. Look at YouTube. Look at random fucking news stories from private citizens that are being ducked and dodged. Chances are we won't know about this for like a week or two. Such as the fucking Ahmed Aubrey guy who died in Georgia 2 fucking months ago, and we're hearing about it now because the media doesn't want to fucking cover it, or because it's the good old boy syndrome where this white fucking cop knew somebody that was a cop, or this white retired cop knew somebody that was a cop. There's got to be different stories. We thought he was a bank robber. He was going out for a fucking jog, okay? Bank robbers don't go out for fucking jogs, all right? There's always going to be those fucking one bad eggs, and they're like, oh, he shot him with a fucking shotgun. Then all of a sudden, fucking the Second Amendment just explodes out of proportion, and everybody that owns a fucking weapon is a fucking bad guy. Looking at fucking Canada, like, we gotta... fucking Trudeau. Oh my God, Canada. Listen, Canada, the only reason people don't fucking kick your ass is because we are right here. The only reason Russia doesn't fucking come over, or, I don't know, Vikings from 11th century fucking Finland and Norway don't fucking boat their asses over and kick your fucking ass, is because America is right fucking here. This is what Trudeau did. He took all weapons, all rifles off the fucking shelves. He's like, there's no need for us to have this. They're assault rifles. We don't need this. We don't need these things, blah, 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 blah. They're all semi-automatic, by the way. They're not fucking... That's fucking assault, okay? If it's shooting in 3-round bursts, that's an assault. If you have to pull the trigger every time a bullet comes out, that's semi. That's not a fucking military-esque weapon. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. But he's closing all these fucking rifle manufacturers and rifle companies. You know what this dumbass did? You know what the government of Canada did? They closed Black Rifle Company. And you're like, oh yeah, good for them. Good for them. They should close all the rifle companies. It's a fucking coffee company. They sell coffee. Free shout out to fucking Black Rifle Coffee Company, all right? Just because they're called Black Rifle, Canada's like, close it down. Shut it down. Those bad. No rifles. It's a coffee company, you dumb motherfuckers. Seriously, I don't get it. We need to pay attention to the stupidity that is going on. Why do we elect fucking morons? Why are we like paying attention to the shiny light like a fucking cat with a laser pen, and fucking people are getting fucking murdered and we're not paying attention to shit behind us? That's all I'm saying. And that's what fucking needs fucking attention. The Constitution grants us life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And in order to have those freedoms, we cannot be blindsided by rules, regulations, laws, or even fucking state statutes that are changing behind our back. We need to know what is going on. That's all I'm saying. So, as a people, we cannot trust media outlets all the fucking time. We need to be there for each other. We need to communicate with each other. We need to put out base stories that are not being covered by media because it's either being purposely ducked or it doesn't have that fucking engagement factor that's going to get them the fucking ratings. And if it doesn't get them the ratings, they don't want to fucking talk about it anymore. Media and news is not what it used to be. Media and news used to be like the people need to know this. Now it's media and news. We're going to do this story because it has more of an attention-grabbing aspect when it comes to the people, and our ratings are going to go up. Fuck that shit. People care more about pop culture or this, that, and the other thing than they do about laws, regulations, and statutes being changed in their own fucking towns, in their own fucking governments that have a fucking ripple effect when it comes to judges and courts that go all the way up to the Supreme Court, and laws and regulations change and fucking bills are passed and we don't even know what the fuck happened until the next day when it's already passed and we're like, what do you mean we can't do this? We need to pay attention and we need to share and we need to be our own media outlet sometimes because everyone is fucking biased. Everyone. Which brings me to my random thought of the day, even though I've given you like 800 different things to contemplate on since I started this particular podcast. Handwritten letters. Handwritten letters. It is so undervalued nowadays. Why don't you just text me? Why can't you just, type it out and tell me right away so I don't have to wait snail mail. You want to impress a girl, first of all, or if you want to impress a boy, there's something behind the time put into a handwritten letter. Not one word answers like K, or acronyms like ILY, or fucking heart emojis. If you write how you feel, if you sit down and take the time to get a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil and you write your feelings and thoughts to a person, letting them know how you feel about this, that, or the other thing, it carries more weight than something that is just texted in the moment at that time. Or a fucking, 3 a.m. I'm drunk, I'm going to text my ex fucking thing. That there's no weight there. That's desperation. That's impatient. You sit down and you write a fucking note to whoever. It's going to carry a lot more weight than a fucking email or something that is given to them over the interwebs. I just feel when someone gets a handwritten letter in the mail, it's so rare that people look forward to it like it's fucking Christmas. If you want to give someone a message or tell them something, writing it down and giving it to them or mailing it to them, snail mail, once they receive it, they're going to be so happy and so impressed with the fact that you took the time to do it this way that whatever message you are trying to send is going to be taken with much more value than if you just quickly send a emoji or an acronym text. That's all I'm saying. That's my random thought of the week. And now it's time for
Today in History.
1502, Christopher Columbus leaves Spain on his final trip to the New World. Amerigo Vespucci. We're named after Amerigo Vespucci. We could have been named Columbus Town or some shit. That's. I'm glad we ended up with America instead of Christopherville or whatever. 1754, the first newspaper cartoon in America appears. 1813, U.S. troops under William Henry Harrison take Fort Meigs from British and Canadian troops. 1859, threatened by the advancing French army, the Austrian army retreats across the river Siscia in Italy. 1864, Union General John Sedgwick is shot and killed by Confederate sharpshooter during the fighting at Spotsylvania. His last words are, "They couldn't hit an elephant at this dist." They couldn't hit an elephant at this dist. Boom. Wow, that's actually quoted in fucking history.net. 1915, German and French forces fight the Battle of Artois. 1926, explorers Richard Byrd and Floyd Bennett make the first flight over the North Pole. 1936, fascist Italy captures the city of Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and annexes the country. 1941, the German submarine U-110 is captured at sea along with its Enigma machine by the Royal Navy. 1946, King Victor Emmanuel II of Italy abdicates his throne and is replaced by Umberto I. 1962, a laser beam is successfully bounced off the moon for the first time. That's kind of cool. 1974, the House Judiciary Committee begins formal hearings on Nixon's impeachment. And if you are born today, May 9th, these are people that you happen to share birthdays with. John Brown, abolitionist. Bella Boyd, Confederate spy. James Matthew Barrie, writer of Peter Pan and The Boy Who Wouldn't Grow Up. And Albert Finney, British actor, Murder of the Orient Express in Tom Jones. And now it is time for my Dirty Dad joke of the week. Where do you find a lost elephant? Where do you find a lost elephant? The same place you lost it? Because it's a fucking elephant? It's huge. What's the difference between a hooker and a drug dealer? What's the difference between a hooker and a drug dealer? A hooker could wash her crack and resell it. Oh, gross. Last but not least, this one was submitted. Coronavirus reminds me of how I like my women. 19 and easily spread. Hey! Oh my god. And that's it, delinquents. That's it. I'm done. I'm done with this. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. I love you. And you love me. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!